Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Parami app. Download it now.
25% on all imported cars and trucks and auto parts.
We're going to charge countries for doing business in our country and taking our jobs, taking our wealth.
The president also warned leaders in Canada and Europe if they retaliate much bigger, U.S. tariffs could be coming. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says,
"This will hurt us, but through this period, by being together, we will emerge stronger."
The search for answers continues in the Signal group chat controversy. Republican Senator Roger Wicker, chair of the Armed Services Committee, wants an expedited Inspector General review into how a journalist was allowed into the chat, seeing plans for a military operation against Houthi militants in Yemen. Fox's Kevin Cork reports.
The president reiterated his support for the defense secretary and, of course, his national security advisor, though he did tell our Jackie Heinrich that he wouldn't rule out asking Secretary Hegseth to do a classification review of the discussions held online, though he did call the entire episode a witch hunt.
Some of those in the chat need to change passwords. The defense secretary, director of national intelligence, and national security advisor have had their private data leaked online. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
They're in mourning in Marysville, California, that after a police officer was murdered in the line of duty.
A Marysville police officer, part of a law enforcement team serving search warrants on drug traffickers, was shot and later died of his wounds. The officer was an Army veteran and had been a cop for 2 years. Yuba County DA Clint Curry said as the officer approached the home, shots fired from inside set off an exchange of bullets.
There were 2 people in the home. And one of them is deceased, believed to be the suspect that shot the officer. And the other one is considered a witness at this point.
Multiple agencies are part of the investigation. County officials say this is the first line of duty death of a Maryville cop in over a century. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
A measles outbreak continues to spread.
Just 3 months into 2025, the number of measles cases in the U.S. has topped infections for the entire year of 2024. Numbers from the Centers for Disease Control find that as of March 20th, there have been 378 cases in 18 states, including Alaska, California, Georgia, Kansas, and New York. The largest outbreaks have been reported in West Texas, spreading to New Mexico. New cases have been reported in 2 Ohio counties, prompting that state's top health official to urge Ohioans to vaccinate their children against the virus. The CDC says in 95% of the nationwide cases, the vaccination status is unvaccinated or unknown. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Now, there have been 2 deaths in this outbreak, a child and an adult. Both were unvaccinated. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before today's trading, up for the down for the NASDAQ, though modestly for both. It's opening day for most Major League Baseball teams, all but 2 play, including the defending World Series champion Dodgers. LA is already 2-0 after starting the season last week in Japan, beating the Chicago Cubs twice. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It's a wet Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. Of late, we haven't had much of a chance to say something like that. Appreciate you joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. Jeffy's back. Going to take a look at some of the rain totals in the area. So stand by. That conversation coming up in about 3 minutes. So we already got a good drink in this, what we're calling a short-lived relief from all the dry weather. National Weather Service saying that heavy rain is still expected in the region, maybe a couple of inches, 1 or 2 inches in the cities. Higher amounts, as always, expected north of us in Ranchland. Flood watch is in effect through tomorrow morning for counties, most of the counties that are north of the Rio Grande Valley. Again, we got a conversation with AccuWeather coming up in about 2 minutes, so stick around. And the only true must-pass piece of legislation in Austin, the state budget has cleared the Senate.
The two-year budget proposal totals $336 billion and anticipates $153 billion in general revenue, mostly from taxpayers. State Senator Brandon Creighton says education is one of their top priorities.
Senate Bill 1 dedicates $73 billion in general revenue to education alone, making it the single largest investment in the entire budget.
The proposal goes to the Texas House for consideration. If lawmakers there make any changes, they will have to negotiate a final budget bill with the Senate before the end of the legislative session.
Stephen Pickering with that report. A UPS employee facing charges after allegedly stealing packages from the Brownsville UPS facility. Cameron County authorities began investigating after being alerted by UPS. Search warrant executed at the San Benito home of 37-year-old Armando Garcia this week. More than $200,000 in alleged stolen luxury goods and electronics were reportedly found at the home. Cameron County DA's office saying Garcia was arrested and is being charged with theft. Hidalgo County, the elections office, getting ready for the May municipal election. The county elections office that has been contracted by the cities and many school districts held a logic and accuracy test for their voting equipment. Municipal elections scheduled for May 3rd. And if I remember, I have to draw this by memory. I believe it is April 22nd that when early vote starts. And speaking of elections, he'd like to be a part of the next round. Senator John Cornyn saying that he would like to keep his job.
He took to social media officially announcing his re-election bid after serving in the Senate since the end of 2002. He praised President Trump and blasted former President Biden, saying it's time to move forward with Trump back in the White House.
We can't go backwards to inflation, crime, and DEI. President Trump needs a partner who's battle-tested to restore law and order, cut taxes and spending, and take back our jobs and supply chains.
He may not have an easy primary experience, though, as Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is exploring the possibility of running against Cornyn. Paxton even responded to Cornyn on X by asking if he was delusional.
Eric Bushman with that report. Time is 7:08 on News Talk 710 KURV. Coming up immediately after AccuWeather. Lawmakers in Austin pushing forward with the effort to make sure Texas kids understand the dangers and perils of communism. That's coming up right after AccuWeather. Meantime, I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. What's up, Dougie? Purina Feed for maximum nutrition for your pets and livestock. Give your animals the best nutrition that can be found. Martin Farm and Ranch, a certified Purina dealer. It's time for AccuWeather. And wow, we got rain totals to talk about now. So AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine joining us. Give us some of the totals and what's going on at 7 o'clock right now, Jeffrey.
The 7 o'clock obs, right?
Yeah.
69 Brownsville, McAllen 69, Harlingen and Weslaco 68, Edinburgh at 70.
Still a little bit of rain for Cameron County, Brownsville area as far as what we see at the moment. All that moving, running towards the Gulf real quick. I don't see anything in Mexico developing though. So what's the plan for later today as far as more rain?
There is going to be more. It's renewed, so it'll be popping up sometime mid to late afternoon and then continue into tomorrow morning and then be gone.
Okay. Did you get any rain totals for overnight?
Of course I did. You asked for it.
Go ahead, buddy. What you got?
I got anywhere between 2 to, well, actually, I'm going to start on the low end, 1.5 to about 3. And a gauge is broken at the Falcon Reservoir because that's showing 29 inches. That just can't be right.
Maybe they forgot.
If it was right, that would fill the reservoir and keep it filled for a good amount.
That's true. We got a small tropical system over Lake Johnson right now. You can't see it on radar, but trust us, the report must be right. Yeah, somebody put a decimal point. It's either 0.29 or 2.9.
Yeah, it's got to be a data error.
You know what? It's probably closer to 2.9. I saw a lot of activity in Laredo yesterday. Like just covered, it seemed, almost all day with lots of heavy rain. So maybe it's closer to 2, maybe 3 inches. For the,
I mean, it would confirm with everything that surrounds it. Rain amounts where the these flash flood warnings, it's not popping up on my screen there. Flood watch. In the flood watch areas, it's 2 to 4 right now has fallen.
Okay. How much more rain do you think we can squeeze out of the sky for the city specific? Brownsville, McAllen, Harlingen, maybe even Laredo, the lake area.
By the end of the event, maybe another 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch.
Okay. Better than nothing. The signal's kind of popping up. I think it's a computer connection that we have. Are you having any trouble hearing me right now?
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Let's look at the menu real quick. It is, well, if your name is Joe and you like Spanish paella, it's your day today. So it's Spanish paella day, and it's also Joe Day. We're celebrating Joe with a cup of Joe as well.
I was going to say, did you call him up and say so?
Yeah, we got a Joe. He works. He's our creative director, and he's very creative. Joe Salinas. Yeah. So it's Joe Day around here. What are we doing? Anything special to celebrate Joe today, Freddie? Should call in order a cake or something like that. It's still early. And so we got time to order a cake. All right. Thank you, Jeffy. We'll speak with you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. Showers, thunder showers, still in the forecast. Nothing in Mexico right now, but again, AccuWeather and the Weather Service bullish that we'll likely see something in this area, especially north of us, ranch country and maybe areas closer to Corpus. So your station for AccuWeather, News Talk 710 KURV. Time is 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. Not recognizing someone's preferred pronouns should not lead to you being fired in Texas.
The legislation by Senator Brian Hughes would protect state workers from being fired for refusing to use someone's preferred pronouns. He says there are so many genders these days.
It can be challenging for public employees to keep up with the evolving terminology while they're performing their duties.
The proposed protection would apply to a wide swath of public workers, from people serving on boards to college teachers and even rank-and-file employees. It was opposed by transgender activists at a hearing this week who say this is akin to state-sanctioned bullying.
Michael Board reporting. And now Austin York saying that the Texas Senate wants to make sure that students in Texas understand the dangers and perils of compulsory collectivism, otherwise called communism.
The Senate bill passed with an overwhelming majority and would require a Texas public curriculum to educate students on the dangers of communist regimes. State Senator Donna Campbell is the bill's author.
The curriculum shall seek input from first-person accounts, if possible, as victims of the communist regime. This is about teaching to and preserving the principles of freedom and democracy for all Texans.
The bill was supported by Ted Cruz's father, Rafael, who fled communist-controlled Cuba in the 1950s. Some argued the state should be educating students on all theologies. The bill will now move to the Texas House.
Time is 7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. Up next on 710 KURV. Also at Radio Para Mi, we're online streaming at Radio Para Mi, 710 KURV. Going to share with you a conversation I had with our county judge, Richard Cortez. How's the move going to the new courthouse? Plus, a more aggressive economic development effort from the private sector. A little tease of that from the county judge. He's part of those conversations. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Are you looking for an easy way to get a daily detox? Active Liver is available in both a delicious gummy or tablet. Find it at CVS, Amazon, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Looking for beef tallow? Everyone's talking about it right now, and South Texas Outdoor Kitchens has you covered. From grilling to frying, beef tallow is the secret to rich flavor and a healthy alternative to seed oil. Get it today at Stoke on the expressway across from the Shrine in San Juan.
Are you planning to start a mobile food business with a fully customized trailer? We are what you need. A family-owned business since 2001, Sanchez Trailers, your one-stop shop for your custom food trailer needs. We are local and our food trucks and food trailers are made in the USA, built in Texas using the best materials available, 100% NSF-approved equipment from top to bottom. Mobile kitchens, food trucks, concession trailers. We have it all. Visit us today at 224 Frontage Road in Alamo. Call 961-4793, 961-4793.
This is Michael Berry, host of The Michael Berry Show, weeknights starting at 6. Thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
15 minutes after the hour of the Valley's morning news. This is News Talk 710 KURV, home to the Astros. Yes, it's opening day. Play ball. Today's opening day in Houston. It's an afternoon game, so we'll need to wait to tomorrow to broadcast the Astros. So all season, weeknights and weekends, Astros baseball on 710 KURV. Catch them tomorrow, 6:40 pregame here on Talk Radio. Big thank you to our supporters this season, including the Mission Economic Development Office and Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. To the seat of government for Hidalgo County, Judge Richard Cortez joining us again. And I understand lots of folks with county government packing up and moving to the new courthouse. So what can you tell us about how the move is going? What's the plan? What's going on, Judge?
Well, thank you for asking. Well, we're finally moving in. Most of the courts will be moved in by the end of the week, and we expect to be open on the 31st, which will be Monday. And I believe they're planning to actually conduct some services at the new courthouse starting Monday. We're going to wait and see that once everybody starts occupying and turning on computers and all the full power is used and whatever, that everything works fine. We have so much automation for Windows and stuff like that. So we hope everything works well, but we're excited that the day has finally come.
In the end, like how many people are moving over? How big is that staff number that's moving over to the new courthouse?
Sergio, man, I don't have that number for you. I think I should have brought all my notes on the statistics of that, but I think it's close to occupancy, close to 10,000 people. I believe that can be in there.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge and it's beautiful. I think the citizens are going to really like it once they go there and see it. Hopefully not for legal reasons, but to go look at it as a sense of pride.
Go take a tour of what the county, what you taxpayers have paid for to set up that new courthouse. Hopefully you're not showing up because you have to, answer for a traffic ticket or something like that. Which, if you've got that much staff, right, at the new courthouse, how many thousands of people, you got a whole many more people coming in for jury duty and other things like that. Like at capacity, you'll have like 15 or so, 20,000 people at the new county courthouse at any given time? Something like that?
Well, no. The occupancy is 10,000. Hopefully, we're not going to exceed that. But yes, no, it's going to be interesting to see how we manage that many people. As you know, we have 450 parking spaces east of the old courthouse, which we are now is where the new courthouse is. Mm-hmm. So we've lost 450 parking spaces. We are going to have an outside area for about an additional 100 spaces, but we're short. We're going to be short 350 parking spaces. So parking is going to be a real issue and a problem until we demolish the old courthouse and use that area to replace some of the parking.
Yeah, and that's a small. I don't see 450, 350 spaces there. So what's the plan, Judge? Like park and ride somewhere? Or how are you going to do that?
Yes, we're going to have to continue with the park and ride. We do own some property a little bit northeast of the courthouse that where we're going to start, using it for parking and bring people from that area to the courthouse.
Okay, Judge Richard Cortez, Hidalgo County, joining us. We're talking about the move-in to the new county courthouse, and that's should be underway here. And How long will it take to finally move everybody in? What, 3 months, 6 months? What do you expect?
No, we're actually think we can finish by the end of this week. We're going to leave the old courthouse open for about another 2 weeks to make sure that all the private personal things of people in the old courthouse move into the new courthouse. But no, we expect to be moved in by the end of the week.
All right. So everybody run over like everywhere, like Noah's Ark. Everybody, let's board. Hurry up. So will they see anybody working, like some final details, touch up, facade, anything like that? Any more work being done? That's not.
Well, the answer is yes. We still have an issue with the stucco on the southern part of the courthouse. That's going to continue into the future until we get it done correctly and properly. We have the meander, which will be the park on the northeast side. It's going to be a beautiful thing. There'll be about some sculptures there. There'll be a garden. It'll be a memorial for the COVID-19 pandemic that we had. I think the people are really going to enjoy that meander that we're planning. Let's see what else. We have to move all the modular buildings that we have in the old courthouse. UTRGV is taking them over. They're going to find use for that. And then we're just going to wait and see how the move is and what challenges arise from it.
Is there a possibility you could work with the city of Edinburgh? Is that still on the table? Maybe try to develop a new parking area nearby for the courthouse?
The answer is yes. We gave some land to the city of Edinburgh, and I believe they have been planning a parking garage. And the last I heard is they're about to go ahead and contract out to build a parking garage.
All right. Judge Richard Cortez, Hidalgo County. Let's focus on some other. Well, by the way, one final question on. In several interviews, we had asked you about the price overrun. What was the final price tag on the courthouse, and any efforts in the future to maybe claw back some of that from some of the people that did not deliver on time?
Sure. I think when it's done and said, I think we're going to reach probably 190 million. That includes the demolition of the old courthouse. That completes all of the costs whatsoever. Sarah, we have a duty to pursue any claim that we have. And if anybody that we contracted with owed us a duty, that duty was violated, and the violation caused us any financial harm because of the delay or the bad construction, we have a duty to prosecute and pursue the case, go after that. And we certainly would do that once everything is settled and done and we have all the information in front of us. Then we'll pursue anyone that owes us that duty.
Judge Richard Cortez, Hidalgo County, other business, economic development, I know is something that is near and dear to your heart, and you've got a vision for that from the county level. We've been saying for some time now, we need a unified effort in the RGV at a time when we have prosperity literally banging at our door. We see billions upon billions of dollars that are being infused. International investors, venture capitalists, Japanese sending money this way. We got AI money and AI infrastructure money and all sorts of investments taking place. We can unfurl the sails of economic development, capture some of that, but we need a unified voice in South Texas. County, your leadership, and Eddie in Cameron County, or maybe the Valley Partnership. I know there'll be a change in leadership there here pretty soon, but we need a unified Valley voice to try to capture some of this. What can you tell me as far as economic development efforts to try to land some of that prosperity?
Well, Sarah, I have good news. The good news is that if we combine northern Mexico with the 4 counties here in southern Texas, our population will be over 3 million, and we have a tremendous amount of assets. We have a seaport, 3 seaports, we have 7 airports, we have 13 international bridges, we have a medical school, we have an island, we have a spaceport. I mean, we have a lot of things to offer. And as we keep going around the globe to introduce ourselves to people, it is much better to offer all of those assets throughout this area than just to offer just a small amount. Like if I go to represent McAllen doesn't have what the RioPlex has. So we're putting together a very aggressive program. In fact, there'll be a function that RioPlex is presenting in Houston on the 10th and 11th of April. Already, we're going to have some very serious companies there, very serious people from all over the United States attend, including the governor's office here in Texas. So we're really getting geared up to really, promote our area. And one of the things that we want to make sure is that we are attracting non-polluting industries and also the ones that don't have a high demand for water. The whole state of Texas has a problem with water, and certainly we do. So we want to be selective and targeted as to who we target to bring here.
The RioPlex economic development model is a private sector model, unlike the traditional model that is a government or taxpayer, a sales tax base. And that's a courageous, I'll call it courageous, innovative initiative. Joaquin Spammer and CIL and RioPlex, and bringing together a bunch of folks that might be able to cash in on some of that prosperity, bring some of that prosperity to South Texas. It's time to sell the valley. And again, that powwow that you mentioned in Houston, we look forward to being part of that and try to communicate best we can back home and online for several days.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but just yesterday we had a meeting with a company that's situated in Mexico. They're going to be moving here to Edinburgh, to northern part of Edinburgh. They're going to be manufacturing equipment used for the generation of electricity. It's a very good size company with a good investment. We talked to another company, primarily from India, that will be coming here to train our people in certain technological processes. So this is pretty exciting right now that people are taking a good look at us. And it's interesting that they're telling us that, hey, one of the things that attracted them to us is that we have a very large number of young people, and especially young women. As you know, 55% of the people we have here in Iowa County are female. So it's interesting how others are starting to evaluate us, and it's good. I like the prospects for the future.
Yes, sir. No, put on top of that what John Cowan has over at Brownsville, a big high-tech thing for next week. Yeah, the game pieces are on the board after so many years, right? From the schools, the training centers, even the ISDs that are training kids to sub up some of these jobs at the Port of Brownsville. It's wonderful to see what's taking place, and it's good to have this initiative, private sector initiative for economic development, and you'll be hearing a lot of that on KURV in the near future. Judge, thank you for your time. I know I went a little long with you, but we have so much to talk about in the near future. Look forward to seeing you in Houston for that big conference here in a few days. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Richard Cortez, or Hidalgo County Judge. 28 minutes after the hour, this is the Valley's Morning News. It is a service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. City of Mission will be installing some emergency towers at several parks. The City Council approving the purchase of these towers during a meeting this week. The towers will be allowing folks on trails to push a button and call authorities if they see something suspicious. U.S. Border Patrol, an agent has been arrested for allegedly possessing child porn. The federal investigators served a search warrant at the San Benito home of Eduardo Longoria Jr. on Tuesday. A federal judge ruling that excessive heat in Texas prisons, in his words, is plainly unconstitutional, but then left the ruling there. Stop there.
U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman did not order Texas to immediately begin the costly process of installing air conditioning, something that would cost $1 billion or more. About 2/3 of the 130,000 or so Texas inmates live in unair-conditioned prisons, and a study from 2022 found hot temperatures contribute to the deaths of about 14 inmates a year. The judge says advocates will have to continue with their lawsuit later in the trial. In a week-long hearing, former inmates testified temperatures hit 120 or higher. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
And Marvel Studios unveiling the cast of Avengers Doomsday. It was a live stream announcement. They said Chris Hemsworth, that'd be Thor, Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, Tom Hiddleston, Loki. Right, Freddie?
Yes.
Okay, Tom Hiddleston. That's a good series, by the way. And then they announced that a part of the Avengers Doomsday, they got Robert Downey Jr. coming back. This time he's Dr. Doom. But they're also bringing Kelsey Grammer. What was it, the Beast?
Yes.
Okay, that blue guy, right? Rebecca Romaine coming back. James Marsden. No?
Yes, it was Cyclops. In X-Men.
Let's see. And Alan Cumming.
Nightcrawler.
Just some of the cast for Avengers Doomsday, May 1st, 2026. You know, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen coming back too. Ya están bien viejitos. They're like really, really old.
Wow.
Are they going to use like computer generated versions
Probably.
of these two? Wow. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. It's opening day. First broadcast for the Astros will be tomorrow at 6:40 right here on 710 KURV. Check of sports up next.
This is Wesley Hunt. As the first congressman to endorse President Trump in 2022, I am thrilled with this presidency. From securing our border to cutting fraud, waste, and abuse, I couldn't be prouder to be an American. I'm Wesley Hunt, and I'm calling on all Texans to continue supporting our great president. As Texans, we fight for what's right. And with President Trump at the helm, there's no stopping America. Paid for by Hellfire PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee. Hellfirepac.com.
On a rainy day, and in some places we have some heavy rain, you are reminded, because you are forced to take out the buckets and put them in the middle of the show floor or production floor. Oh, that's right. We got a leak up there. It needs to be taken care of. We benefited from so many, weeks. Man, so many months of dry weather around here, and we got rain coming back. So you are reminded you need to make that phone call. Dale Johnson at DLJ Commercial Roofing, waiting for your call, your text message. Get them out there, get the crew out there, see what's going on, what's wrong. Or maybe you suspect because you've never called anyone to inspect your commercial properties, your warehouse and the commercial strip. You have never called anyone to see if everything's okay. Now you're getting a little nervous, right? Yeah. Call Dale Johnson. I'm going to give you his personal number. Call him, text him, make that appointment. He and the crew at DLJ will check, see what's going on, give you an expert report on the condition of your roofing system, free, gratis, no expense to you. That way you make some good decisions near future on maybe some potential patchwork or save up for a complete retrofit down the road. No obligation to use DLJ. You just need to call or text Dale Johnson. He's a dear friend of mine. Trust him with this project. 956-655-6178.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, we understand it's not just our next door neighbors who inspire us every day. It's our neighbors across the country, across all communities. And while Blue Cross has been your one local and trusted healthcare partner for over 95 years, it's our wide scope of products, services, and technologies that allows us to have a deeper understanding for everyone, everywhere, empowering whole person health with compassion and innovation, one member at a time. It's that unique Blue Cross service and commitment through all stages of life that connects us hand in hand, ensuring you always have access to the highest quality, affordable healthcare with that personal touch, always finding new ways to deliver on our oldest promise, to keep you at the center of everything we do. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
It's Houston Astros baseball this Friday as they host the New York Mets. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
Dallas Stars got a huge win last night versus the big bad Edmonton Oilers. Phenomenal play from Jake Ottinger and a natty hattie from goal-scoring extraordinaire Jason Robertson.
For a few more seconds, Harley redirected home by Robertson. That's a hat trick for Jason Robertson. And it's 4-0 Dallas. That's a natural hat trick for Robertson, the fifth of his career and his first of the natural variety.
This front line is starting to hit its groove and will look to push for the cup, especially with how phenomenal Ottinger has looked in the net. Stars play again tonight at 8 versus the Flames. And opening day starts today for both Texas teams. Astros face the Mets today at 3:10, and the Rangers are up against the Red Sox at 3:05. I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sports Minute.
Let's start in the association. LeBron James with the tip-in at the buzzer to lead the Lakers past the Pacers 120-119 in Indy. Lakers snap their 3-game slide. Nikola Jokic, 39 points, 10 boards, 10 dimes in his first game back in 2 weeks as the Nuggets beat the Bucks in Denver. The Sweet 16 tips off tonight with 4 games on tap, including top seed Florida taking on 4 seed Maryland at the Chase Center. Hope springs eternal. Opening day is officially here with 14 games on the schedule. Brewers battle the Yankees in New York, Guardians and Royals clash in KC. That's sports. I'm Ron Tomas.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast is going to be under showers and heavy thunderstorms pretty much throughout the day and then into tomorrow morning. We're going to see the potential of not only the heavy rainfall, but hail and damaging winds. Highs today, 77 to 83, low 71 tonight. And then later in the day tomorrow, clouds and sunshine, 83 to 89. Sunshine, a few clouds, even warmer temps Saturday. I'm AccuWeather's Jeff Nordine on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
If you look at the Brownsville radar, we've got a little bit of rain in Starr County. And also Cameron County, Willacy County, we saw a little bit of rain blanketing the area over the past hour. Not much in Mexico behind that. Again, AccuWeather bullish on more rain later in the day. Already saw about 1.5 inches to 3 inches in some areas. 69 degrees Brownsville, 69 in McAllen. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. It is very busy in Brownsville. Let me see if I can update McAllen first. Yeah, here we go. 45 minutes Hidalgo and Far, only 10 minutes at Ansalduas. And Brownsville, man, they have been busy. 2-hour wait time at B&M. 2 hours. 1 hour at Gateway, 45 minutes at Veterans. Business news check of your money. That's next on 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Para Mi. Download that free app.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Are you planning to start a mobile food business with a fully customized trailer? We are what you need. A family-owned business since 2001, Sanchez Trailers, your one-stop shop for your custom food trailer needs. We are local and our food trucks and food trailers are made in the USA, built in Texas using the best materials available, 100% NSF-approved equipment from top to bottom. Mobile kitchens, food trucks, concession trailers. We have it all. Visit us today at 224 Frontage Road in Alamo. Call 961-4793, 961-4793.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Dom Savino with Your Money Now. That morning cup of Joe to get you going is about to get a lot more expensive. Prominent global roasters like Nestle, Peet's, and Lavazza are in talks with retailers about passing on the rising cost of coffee beans to consumers. Raw Arabica coffee plants are in short supply after years of extreme weather. It means coffee prices at the supermarket could climb as much as 25%. Imagine cash delivered right to your door. That's the pledge from financial services firm Robinhood and its new online banking platform. The company plans to offer checking and savings accounts to subscribers in the fall, and it's touting on-demand cash withdrawal deliveries as the way to overcome a lack of brick-and-mortar banks. Millions could see their credit scores tank as student loan delinquencies hit record highs. A new estimate by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York finds 9.7 million borrowers owe more than $250 billion in past due debt. On Wall Street, futures are mixed. That's your money now.
AccuWeather on 710 KURV. Rain. Not going away. So we got some rain for Cameron County, Willacy County right now. All that is walking towards the Gulf. More rain expected incoming from Mexico later in the day. Not much to report right now on radar for incoming, but later in the day, more rain, thunder showers possible. Already had between 1.5 to 3 inches of rain in some areas in South Texas. Highs today, low 80s as a result of the cloud cover and the rain. Fox News coming up in 2 minutes. This is News Talk 710 KURV, News Radio for South Texas. The morning news. Join us at Radio Para Mi and listen live. You could probably buy a home on your own. You're smart enough to do that. The problem is you don't have the time, do you? And then this is not what you do for a living. You don't know the ins and outs and how to make sure you squeeze the most out of, for example, selling a home, get the most money from that. Or if you're buying a home, you likely don't know where to even start to try to get concessions if you're purchasing a home. You know the folks who do? The only people I'm calling to sell or to buy a home, it's the Ryan and Brian real estate team. The Ryan and Brian team, oh my goodness, decades of experience. Cumulative, more than a generation between all those brains. Top experts in real estate in this area. Trust the Ryan and Brian real estate team to help you find a new home. There's one individual recently that worked with Agent Alex at the Ryan and Brian real estate team. That person was thinking of going directly. His name is Dan. He was thinking of going directly to the home builder to try to purchase a home. Dan smartly decided to call the Ryan and Brian real estate team. And working with Alex, and working with, for example, Edwards Homes, Ryan and Brian real estate team, they have a unique, special working relationship with one of the nation's top builders, Edwards Homes. And with Alex helping Dan, he was able to get Dan about thousands of dollars in concessions. In fact, $10,000 in concessions in purchasing that home. That's $10,000 he saved that he would not have had he gone on his own, right? This could be you. You need a brand new home, get an Edwards home with the Ryan and Brian real estate team and work with them to make sure that you save some money, you get good financing, all those details. The Ryan and Brian real estate team is at 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Ristica and Sons, you're in good company.
Ristica and Sons has been installing glass in the valley for 60 years. That means they'll be here tomorrow to finish the job. Top-rate quality workmanship and attention to detail unsurpassed. You can't stay in business for 60 years unless you're doing it right. You might get it cheaper, but you won't get it better. Ristica and Sons, the glass specialists of the valley. 403 East Expressway, San Juan, 781-3840.
Ristica and Sons, you're in good company.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security.
Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border, for deporting criminal illegal immigrants, and for putting America first. President Trump has a clear message for those that are in our country illegally. Leave now. If you don't, we will find you, and we will deport you. You will never return. For too long, weak politicians left our borders wide open. They flooded our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. They put American lives at risk. Well, those days are over. If you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. But understand this. Under President Trump, America's borders are closed to lawbreakers. Follow the law, and you'll find opportunity. Break it, and you'll find consequences. The choice is yours. America welcomes those who respect our laws, because a strong nation is a safe nation.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
News and information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
14 minutes to the hour. You are in tune with News Radio for South Texas. It's the Valley's Morning News on KURV. We are also live, especially 7 o'clock hour. We do live on X, YouTube, Facebook as well. Did I forget anything? Oh, that's right. Radio Para Mi. Join us live on Radio Para Mi, the free app. With producer Fred Cruz and AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine, I'm Sergio Sanchez. The forecast: rain for today and going into tomorrow as well. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm CJ Papa. Major bust this morning in Prince William County, Virginia. The FBI and DOJ capture a top MS-13 gang leader, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Thanks to the FBI, we got one of the worst of MS-13 off the streets this morning. Virginia and the country is a lot safer today.
For now, his name is being withheld. Fox News joined AG Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel for the operation in Woodbridge, Virginia. President Trump posting on Truth Social just captured a major leader of MS-13. Tom Homan is a superstar. 25% tariffs will hit a week from today from President Trump on finished cars and trucks that are shipped into the U.S. and to imported parts that are assembled into cars into American auto plants.
We're going to take back just some of the money that has been taken from us.
The president labeling it Liberation Day and America First. America's listening to Fox News.
It's 13 to the hour on the Valley's Morning News. UPS employee facing charges after allegedly stealing packages from the company's Brownsville facility. Cameron County authorities began investigating after being alerted by UPS. Search warrant at a San Benito home for 37-year-old Armando Garcia on Monday. According to authorities, produced about $200,000 in alleged stolen luxury goods and electronics. The Cameron County DA's office saying that Garcia was arrested and has been charged with theft. West Texas, El Paso, the district attorney explaining his choice to no longer seek the death penalty for the convicted Walmart shooter.
DA James Montoya says the decision comes with the approval of victims' families, who overwhelmingly want the case over and done with.
What we can accomplish in the courtroom is not going to fill the void in their hearts.
At a news conference yesterday, Montoya says he's met with the families of all 23 victims killed by Patrick Crusius in 2019. At least 20 more people were injured as well. With the death penalty off the table at the state level, a life sentence is all but guaranteed. Crusius is already facing 90 consecutive life sentences at the federal level. He was sentenced for those back in 2023.
Governor Greg Abbott called the decision by the DA not to seek the death penalty a mistake. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Para Mi. Download that free app.
Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health.
From the DHR Health Urology Institute, Dr. Jennifer Cristiana Espinales, our guest.
I do a little bit of everything, but I really like robotics. That's probably what I like the most. I would say that we're getting up there. We have all the specialists, of course, at DHR. We have Dr. Dan Libert, who's like sexual medicine and andrology. We have Dr. Watt, who's minimally invasive. We have Natalia Hernandez, who's female pelvic reconstruction, along with Dr. Reese. We also have Olga Geen, which also does endourology. We have Alonso who does cancer. So I would say we probably have all the specialties covered. Down here, I see a lot more stones and erectile dysfunction. The South is called the Stone Belt because it's so hot and people don't drink enough water. So there's a lot more stones down here than there is in the Midwest. Texas tea, the Big Red, they don't have Big Red in the Midwest. I definitely see a lot of more erectile dysfunction just because of the diabetes is a little bit more uncontrolled. And of course, like erectile dysfunction is associated with like other diseases, including cardiovascular health and peripheral neuropathy. Also something called diabetic cystopathy. It starts affecting the nerves in your bladder. So you start having some retention issues, not being able to empty your bladder, which can eventually, if you're not completely emptying your bladder and it goes up to your kidneys, you can go into end-stage renal failure. Usually if they're long-term uncontrolled diabetic, the diabetes is so much sugar in your bloodstream that it kind of coats your nerves in glucose. And so that leads to degeneration, all this stuff. Usually it's irreversible. Now, if you start, getting a lifestyle, start controlling your diabetes better, you may prevent it from getting worse. But I would definitely recommend going to a urologist, especially if you're having erectile dysfunction, because there's obviously different options.
From the DHR Health Urology Institute, urologist Dr. Jennifer Cristiana Espinales, DHR Health.
This has been Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health. For you, for life. Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free radio.